Set up just on time. This thing turned down here. Cool. Welcome everybody. Get it bowed in real quick. So I caught. Miss Victoria, what's going on? All right. We're going to work on today on just hitting and some body mechanics at the same time. So hitting as we're moving, kind of working through it. Alan, I see you got the bag in front of you, so that's perfect. Get after that thing. A lot of times what I see, guys, is when we're hitting, our head is kind of stationary. So we're going to work a lot today on like getting our head off of line as we're hitting. So as they're trying to touch us, we're able to touch them, get our head off of line. Let's start with some body mechanics before we do that and just kind of get the blood flowing a little bit, okay? So we'll start with just basic, simple one. Got your good tie stance, hands are up. We're just going to start with our slips. So I know we work these and you guys practice these just a lot, but there's a couple like little key things to it. So as I'm crunching over, we'll see if you can see it on this side angle. I'm not just tilting down to the side. I'm actually like crunching my elbow into my body a little bit in front. So I don't want to just go sideways because I still have that opening. So I'm going to tuck it down slightly inside there. So as I go back and forth, that's tucking down slightly to the inside. We're just going to go back and forth here. Now once you get it down kind of that side to side, then I can start like doubling up on the same side, right? And kind of working back and forth. So back and forth, and then sometimes I double up, right? Because you never know. Maybe throw 2 jabs, 2 crosses, right? And I can start kind of mixing that in there. So as I start to move around, right? Boom, I hit one, right? Maybe I hit one side and then the other. Right? And then go to the other side and back. Right? And I double up. 1, 2. So just move around. Let's just get that going. So hands are up. I keep them at least at my cheeks, if not slightly higher. But I like cheeks here. Because if I have that glove, that's going to be kind of protecting my temple. So as I slip off, cheeks is a good line there. Boom. So you got to move around, right? Slip one side. Slip the other side. Slip right, then left. Right? Move around. Left, then right. Right? Double up, double right. Boom. Boom. Double up, double left. Boom. Boom. Right? So just keep moving around and just kind of go with what flows with you. Just back and forth, left and right. Keep that hunched back. Right? I know it's like the worst posture in the world. We want to stand like this. Muay Thai, I'm hunched. So now as I start to get that dip down, right, it's just a nice little side crunch inside. So we're here, back and forth. Moving around a little bit, boom. Again, you can double up on one side. Don't just slip over, but tuck that down and in. Tuck that down and in. There we go. Nice, everybody. Boom, back and forth. Good, awesome. Okay, so let's add to that a little bit now. So now as we're slipping, I'm going to take this off. So I know it's going to get hot in my apartment here. So as we're hitting these slips now, we're just going to start with a straight punch. So as I slip off to my right, I'm going to throw that jab. As I slip off to my left, I'm going to throw my cross. Okay? So that slip motion stays the same. A common mistake I see here is as we slip, then we're trying to punch and we're going to let this elbow elevate. So this wants to happen at the same time. So as I slip, my hand's still coming out straight and then back. As I slip, that hand's still coming out straight and then back. So don't let this slip happen and then you're trying to lift this arm out of the way, right, to throw that punch. I want that to go in unison as I go back and forth. Boom, right? So as my slip happens, now that punch comes out. Just back and forth. Boom. Boom. Good. When you feel good on that one, right, now let's start to double it up, right? So I can slip right and throw my jab. And I go again, slip right, throw my jab. Right, hit the same thing on the cross. Slip left, throw that cross. Slip left, throw that cross. Again, notice that hand's coming out straight and then turn it over. I'm not slipping and then lifting my elbow and going. Okay, so I slip, and as I do, that hand comes out straight. That hand comes out straight, just back and forth. Side to side, work both sides. Nice, everybody. Good job. As you're throwing that cross, make sure that's rotating, right? So we don't want to leave that back as we slip off, right? Rotate that. Sit into those legs as you throw. Boom. Sit into those legs as you throw each side. Boom. Good. Okay, everybody feeling comfortable with that? Yes, yes? Okay. Yeah. Now we're going to blend those two together. So as you're moving around, I might just slip. And I might just slip. And when I'm ready, boom, I slip and throw. And then I come back. Boom. Get some head movement going, slip and throw. Slip and throw. And just keep mixing it up. Right? Slips, slips, boom, slip and throw. Boom, slip and throw. Right? Just side to side. Again, you can double up. So maybe I want to throw 2 jabs as I slip, a couple crosses as I slip. You never know you're opening. Boom, I can alternate. Boom. The main thing is, as my punch is coming, my head is moving. Right? That's the main thing. It's hard because we get so used to shadow boxing with our head in place. Right? Or we get so used to like hitting pads or hitting a bag and never letting our head move. So then when we get to sparring, right, or in a self-defense, what happens? You throw your punch, your head stays there, right? We keep getting touched. So as I can get that head moving off the line, as I throw those punches, now I can land my punch and also dodge theirs, hopefully, at the same time. All right, just back and forth as your slips. And you're ready, boom. Move that head off the line. Head movement, boom. Head move it up. Get that head off the line. Nice, Victoria, there you go. Nice, Dave. Good, Alan. Nice job. Boom. Good, you guys keep working on that. I gotta adjust my screen so I can see more of you. Got a few coming on here. There we go. Oh, yeah. There we go. Now I can see everybody. Beauty. Just side to side. Side to side. Good, we'll go for 30 more seconds here. 30 more seconds. Keep the slips going. Keep the head movement going. When you're ready, fire. When you're ready, fire. Plant those feet into the ground as you throw 2. Try not to let them pick up, right? And instead, sit down on those punches. Sit down on the punches. Nice, everybody. Good. I know we're cramped in tight space, so, do the best you can moving around as you're doing this. Good, and time. Nice. Shake it out a little bit. Okay, so now that we kind of work on slipping in straight punches, okay, we're going to work on our bob and weave. And now incorporating that head movement into it. So just like anything, if I create patterns and I'm always doing the same thing every time, eventually that person's going to catch on, right? And they're going to start to touch us with it. So if every time I throw my cross, I slip out of the way, then what's going to happen, right? They're going to bait it, right? And as I go to slip out, they're going to counter me. Okay, so we want to add a couple more into this as well. So let's work on our bob and weave or our roll. So with this bob and weave or the roll, first thing I want to do is get down into a nice bob. So I'm going to get into my legs here. So if I'm going to come back to my right side, which is where I'm going, I'm going to start by going down to my left. Okay, and as I rotate back, I'm going to transfer my weight onto that back leg. So I'm lunging onto my lead, and I'm rolling under, and I'm pushing back up to my rear, right? So we're just going to go from left to right. So start with that left lunge, roll underneath, push up back onto that right leg, all right? Come back to your stance. Lunge down to the left, roll back to the right. Good. Keep going, everybody. Keep going. I'm just going to watch real quick here. Looks good, Colin. Delaney. Let's just try to make that a nice fluid U motion, sir. So instead of like hitting like 1, 2, and then 3, yes, there you go. So nice fluid motion coming underneath. Like that? Yes, that looks better. Good. Victoria, let's check it out. There and there. That looks good, ma'am. But what I want you to do is I want you to keep your eyes up. Okay? So don't let these eyes roll down underneath. You guys see that? Don't let them roll down underneath. So as you roll, keep those eyes focused on wherever you're at. Right? The last thing I want to do is take my eyes off of that opponent. There you go. Yeah, good, Ryle. Good, Ryle. Same thing. You're just kind of turning those eyes to your right as you're coming out right. So just keep them a little bit more straight line, but it looks good. Looks good. Hey, Mr. Colin Hoffman. Welcome, sir. Yeah, rolling. Good. Nice, Mr. Allen. You got it. Okay, let's go right to left now. So as I go right to left, think about it like you just threw a huge hook, right? And you got this pivoted. So I roll and I drop down on my right. But again, my eyes are facing forward. And I'm going to roll back. I'm going to push up onto my lead. Okay? So we're going to start. You can go ahead with the pivot. Bob down to your right. Now roll back and transfer that weight. So a lot of our rolls as we happen, I'm transferring my weight back and forth. Can you guys see that? So I'm transferring my weight from right to left as I go. So on that right one, start on that right. As I push back, my right leg is pushing off, and I'm loading that onto my left. So I hit down, I roll under, and that comes up onto my lead leg. Yep. Good, Colin Delaney, that looks good. Hoffman, looks good. I get that head even a little bit lower there, brother. A little bit lower. Victoria, that looks good. Same thing, keep those eyes wherever you want to focus them, right? So like for me, I got my TV like right in front of me, so I can keep my eyes focused on my TV, right? And I'm going to try to pick a spot on there and watch it the entire time. Good, Ryle, that looks good. Nice job. Good job, guys. Yes. Yes, yes. Lots of hooks off of those. Lots of hooks off of those. Yeah, you're good. So like we worked our slip, right? Colin, this is what you were asking. Like punches off of the roll. Yeah. So as I roll, like I can come up and load up for big hooks. Right? I can roll and come up for big hooks. It also works well for uppercuts. I can roll underneath and come up. Right? I can roll underneath and come back. Right? So any of like our circular punches are good with our rolls. Okay, so let's just work those a little bit, but before we do, let's get back and forth. Okay, so we're making that U. So starting over on one side, rolling and pushing up, dropping straight back down, and rolling and pushing back. We're going to go back and forth, just rolling. Try to pick a spot in front of you. Keep those eyes focused on there. Keep the hands up. So I'm trying, if you can tell, my eyes are staying focused on that spot. I'm just looking at myself on my TV because it's right in the center. Okay, but from here, my eyes are staying focused on my spot. When I'm rolling, I'm not going to let them come off of that spot. I'm going to be using my legs to push back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Good leg workout here too. Good job, everybody. Nice work. 20 more seconds. 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and time. Nice. Whew. All right. So, just like we were answering, like Mr. Delaney asked, right, what do we throw off of the roll, the bob and weave? Circular punches are always going to be some of the best. So you got to kind of envision, right? Big right hook comes at you, coming over my left side. So if I transfer down and I come under that hook, and that person just threw that hook at me, right, there's a good chance that over the shoulder spot's going to be available. So as we start, and we hit our one, start on our right, we roll back to our left. As I load up, now I'm going to stomp that back heel. Boom. I'm going to come over the top with that left hook. So I'm going to start on my right, roll over, and as I do, transfer my weight back now to throw that left hook. Boom. So I'm rolling under that big right hand, rolling back, and hitting that hook. Go to the right, bob to the left. Transfer that weight back. So there's a lot of us moving our feet, a lot of pivots here. Putting one heel down, picking the other one up, right? So just go to my right, my left leg's up. I transfer. So my right heel's up, and now I stomp that one back down, sorry. And I lift my lead as I go to throw that hook. So I don't want to just be here and not have any hips or any feet moving on it, right? I'm static. So it's a lot of transferring those legs. And as I get to that spot, boom, throwing that hook. So I roll, transfer the weight back, throw the hook. Start to your right, roll to the left. Transfer your weight back, throw that hook. Get and visualize where you're throwing that. For me, I'm thinking I'm throwing it right at that temple. So I'm trying to come right over the top of their shoulder there, trying to catch them right on that temple. As I threw that big hook, and I rolled underneath it, right, boom, that shot right on the temple's available. So that's what I visualize. I roll underneath, and boom, touch them on the temple. Roll underneath, boom, touch them on the temple. Keep going. Roll underneath, boom, touch them on the temple. Good. Weight transfer is key here, everybody. Weight transfer is key. Keep going. There you go. Nice, Alan. Yeah, you got the bag to play with. It's beauty. Good calling. Yeah. Good job, Delaney. I have to go by last name. Delaney and Hoffman, because I got two Collins on here. Toria. Yeah. Good, ma'am. Yes, very good. Yes. Let's try not to hit. You got a little stopping point when you get down to that right. You know what I mean? So you're like here, and then you go, right? So now let's just try to make that fluid. So you drop down to your right, just make it fluid. Boom, and then you can throw. Yes! That was good. Very nice. That was good. Very nice. Okay, let's switch it now. So we're going to go up from our left to our right, okay? So as I go down to my left now, and I roll back, right? I have a couple options. So I can come back with my overhand, right? I can roll back. I can come back with my right hook, right? Or depending on the shot that they give me, I might be able to roll back and just come with that straight cross. So we got a lot of options there, okay? So from here, as we bob down to our left, we roll ourselves back, and now I got to transfer my weight again. So my lead leg is going to come back, that foot's going to plant, I'm going to lift my rear, boom, heel as I throw that shot, where it's that hook, right, that overhand, right, or that straight. But all that is going to be in our legs and using our feet and our pivots. So as we roll, we're going to transfer that weight to our right foot. And now from there, we're going to transfer our weight back as we throw those punches. So start left, roll, transfer the weight back as we throw those punches. To the left, roll, transfer it back, throw the punch. To the left, roll, transfer it back, throw that punch. You can play with those punches and see what you like better, right? For me, I don't really throw a lot of right hooks or a lot of right overhands. I obviously know how to do them. It's just not my game. I like the right straight a lot better. So for me, as I roll, I'm looking at that right straight to come right over the top. Same thing as their turn, right over the top and touch that temple. Boom, with that right straight punch. If you're a hook guy, you're an overhand guy or girl, you like those, throw those in there, right? So start left, roll back, boom, throw your punches. Start left, roll back, boom, throw your punches. Start left, roll back, boom, throw your punches. Yep. And just keep working through that, left to right. Again, this punch isn't coming out as our head's moving, but we're getting head movement first. And then as our head's moving, it's still moving back. You guys can probably see that or feel that. So as I'm going, even though it's not just I'm hitting as I'm rolling, right? I'm rolling, my head's moving. My head's moving to come back to whatever punch I'm throwing either way. Boom, right? So I'm getting it off line. going on, Glenn? Awesome, awesome, guys. Good job. Good job, ladies. Good. Okay, so now let's blend this a little bit, right? So we just start with two basics. Slip and straight punches, and rolls, and then circular punches. Okay? This is all we start with. There's a lot more that we can go into, but for right now, we're just going to stick with just those. Okay? We're going to work through them a little bit. So we're going to start with our jab. So first one, slip off line, throw your jab. Slip off line, throw your cross. Roll underneath, throw your hook. Roll underneath, throw your lead hook. Okay? And we're just going to create a pattern right now. Because as soon as you start to try to mix it up and make it like flow and things like that, if you're not really comfortable with the mechanics, things are going to kind of feel lost in there, right? So it's better just to kind of set a combo and to work through that. So first one, slip right, throw that straight jab. Come back, slip left, throw that straight cross. Since we're loaded in here, we're going to roll over and throw our hook. Okay, now from here though, I can't just roll back to my left, right? So I reset my feet, I roll back to my left now, and now I throw my hook. Okay? A lot of like foot mechanics moving back and forth on this. So start with slip off and jab, slip off with cross. Roll underneath, right hook. Come back, roll underneath, left hook. Just go back and forth. Slip off and jab, slip off and cross. Roll, right hook. Roll, left hook. Okay? Keep going. Slip off jab, slip off cross. Roll, right hook. Roll, left hook. Okay? If you guys can see my feet, how much they're moving as I'm doing this. Right? They're not static. Boom. They're constantly rotating back and forth from one side to the next, one side to the next. Good, Ryla. Good. Good, Dave. Yeah. As you're throwing those hooks, just try not to let that elbow come up. Right? Just throw that, boom, straight center line, straight across. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Good, Victoria. Yeah. Good right. Come back. Good left. Nice job. You got it, Big Al. There we go. Roll. Boom. Roll. Boom. Nice. Delaney. Good job. Good job. You're kind of stopping that shoulder just slightly on your hooks. So Delaney, as you throw those hooks, rotate that shoulder through. Your jabs and your crosses look good. Okay? As you come back for that hook, let those shoulders roll through. Right? Let those shoulders roll through. Yeah, that was better. Nice, Glenn. Good job. Colin looks good. Yeah, same thing. Just get those shoulders, let those shoulders rotate through. Almost like, for me, like you can kind of see, as I throw that hook, you can almost see like the lettering on the back of my shirt when I throw my hooks. Because I'm letting my shoulders and my hips literally rotate through those. Boom, when I go either way. Move my mat back. Good. Slipping jab, slipping cross, roll and right hook, roll and left hook. Just keep going. 1, 2, roll, 5, roll, boom. Boom, boom. Roll, boom, roll, boom. Just checking time. Nice job. Roll and hook, roll and hook. Beautiful. Okay, everybody feeling good with that? Okay, so let's flow with it now. I'm going to tell you what to do. So, I want you to start off either shadow boxing or hitting the bag for you, Alan. Okay? So either just moving around, shadow boxing, or hitting the bag. Okay? And just start with like how you normally shadow box. Right? For me, my hands are always up. I just kind of move around. And I touch light. I touch light when I shadow box because I'm trying to like keep my shoulders loose, keep my arms loose. So I'm structured, I'm strong, but I'm really like loosey-goosey in my arms when I shadow box. I don't really like shadow box like and really, really hard. At least for me. I like to kind of relax, let my hands go, and just kind of let it go. So I'm just going to move around and shadow box. Okay? Now I'll start to add some body mechanics in there. So as I go, right, I'm throwing my punches, boom, I roll, throwing straight combos with my head, and then I'm gonna start to incorporate this, right? Boom, 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 right? And I'll keep my same shadow box going. So I'll keep it going. I'm ready, boom, I hit one of those. Okay, don't worry about linking a bunch together right now. Just worry about like moving around and hitting one, right? Shadow boxing, moving around. When I'm ready, boom, hit one, right? And just kind of touch and move around and be ready. Boom, roll, boom, there's my hook, right? Again, we're not creating patterns. We're just keeping our head going and envisioning like what could be coming at me, right? If I'm throwing a jab, good chance another jab's coming, right? So I can catch at the same time as I jab, boom, right? Boom, I can slip off as I cross, right? Boom. You feel good, right? Then we just start to pick that up, right? So now I can put like multiple into it at the same time, boom, boom, right? And now I can start to mix that up once I feel comfortable. Right now though, nice and easy. Just touching, just getting the hands out there. Hit one, roll and right hook, right? Hit one, slip as I jab, move, right? Roll, left hook. Follow it up from there. Slip off as I cross. Just kind of start incorporating that together. Kind of moving around, getting the blood flowing. Not too much, a little bit of body mechanics, a little bit of head movement, and then when we're ready, boom, stick those punches. Boom. Again, the whole goal is just that way, like my head is moving the whole time, right? We're not sitting here just stagnant, just touching. Right? I can do this, don't get me wrong. But for those of you that have sparred before, right, or even hit pads that hit you back, right, we know if I just sit here, I'm just a sitting target. So as I start to hit, and I can start to get that head movement at the same time as I'm hitting, right, that's going to help me out a lot in the long run. Nice job, everybody. Stay relaxed, stay loose. Keep the shoulders loose, keep them down, right? Just start to move from there. Go good, nice. Yes, yes, yes. Nice job, good. Yeah, I don't know about everybody, but I don't like getting hit in the head. So I try to avoid that as much as possible, right? So as we're moving, right, I'm hitting and I'm moving. So I can land my shot, but I'm also not giving them a pattern, I'm moving around. And if you need to slow it down, right? Always remember, learning, then training, and then combat speed. So learn first, implement, right? Then bring it in to training, speed, hitting pads, things like that. Having partners throw back to you as you roll underneath, as you slip the jab, as you slip the crosses, right? As you roll the hooks, right? And then start to build that up, right? And then put that together and make it fluid and make it work for you. Everybody's different too. Some head movements will work really, really well for some people. Some might not, right? So kind of feel those out and see which ones you think are good for you and which ones work for you. Some days I get caught every time I go for a roll. Other days it works really well for me, okay? Very good, everybody. How much time we got? Just a couple minutes here. Okay, sweet. We're going to finish it off with just a little bit of a stretch. And then this is something I want you guys to keep practicing and continue. So if you're not done working out, keep at it. Hit it another like 20, 30 minutes. Just move around the house, get the blood flowing. Also, you know, a lot of us are hanging out right now. So stuck on the couch or maybe work or something like that. Get 10, 15 minutes. Just stand up. I move my couch out of the way right now. But just stand up behind the couch, right? And just kind of shadow box a little bit and just kind of move around and just get it flowing and get the blood flowing and just kind of work through that stuff. Work on the mechanics and all that other fun stuff. It's going to help you out immensely. One of the biggest things when I saw my game start to step up was when I started to pick up my shadow boxing. Just because like you can visualize and you can really work on the fundamentals. And if you have a screen like we have here where you can kind of see yourself, or like a mirror or anything that reflects, that's going to help you out a lot. Because you'll be able to see things that maybe like coach, like myself, has been telling you, but it's hard to see, right? It's hard to feel. So, you know, I might be like, hey, you need to pivot, you need to rotate those hips, rotate those shoulders, right? And you might be like, I'm doing it, coach, right? You might have had that one. I am, coach, I'm trying my best, right? But it's good to have like something in front of you and say like, am I really turning that shoulder as I throw that hook, right? As I throw that hook, can I see like the lettering on the back? Or am I still straight forward, right? And find something that you can look at that on, okay? All right, let's stretch out a little bit here. So if you have a place to sit down, great. If you don't, like I see Glenn and Hoffman outside, don't worry about it, guys. You can go standing. Same with you, Mr. Allen, if you got a spot, okay? We're going to sit. If you can't sit, though, just start with the first one on a straddle, guys. Okay, so just a standing straddle. For us that are home, we're going to go into that straddle just on the ground and reach straight down. Try to keep those knees as close to the ground as you possibly can. Straight through stretch down to the hips. Good. Let's walk it over to one side. Just reach out for that foot. If you can't grab the foot, it's okay. Just go to your shin, right? So just go to that shin. Other hand's going to come over. And to the other side, same thing. Reach down for that shin. Very nice. Good. We're going to bring it together for a butterfly. Mr. Glenn, go ahead and legs straight up and just toe touch. Reach straight down, sir. So as you're here, just reach straight down. Try to touch those hands. Everybody else. Nice butterfly. Bring those heels as close to the groin as you can. Nice, Dave. You got like a whole like wrestling mat going on. Nice, man. You want to talk to my fiance? See if we can get that hooked up here. Beauty. Awesome, awesome. Let that one relax. Scoot yourself so you can bring one leg across. As you can see, I like to kind of bow out my toes. I got weak ankles here, but if you can tuck that in, that works as well. Now from here, going to lean over. For Glenn, just grab onto, it looks like you got some boards or something, just grab onto one of those. Or if you go standing even, just reach back, grab those toes, and hug it in. If you got the balance for it, hit the balance. On the ground, same thing. You just got one out straight, one's tucked back. We're just going to kind of lean over that leg. So you should feel it all in that quadricep in the front there. It's nice. Switch it. Other one. This one's a little bit tighter. A little bit tighter than the right. Nice, everybody. Shake those out. Glenn, I'll give you an opposite one here in a second. But everybody else, if you got room to lay down. One leg's going to come up. Drop it to the other side. And try to keep those shoulder blades down on the mat. For you, Glenn, if you can grab something next to you, put your hand like on the post, and then just start to turn yourself away. If you have something that's like shoulder height, that'd be good. And then just start to like rotate yourself around. Yeah, and just get that good stretch like through the chest and through the back. Got it. I'm going to use like my countertop here. Good. Go ahead and switch it, everybody. Yeah, I got this thing set up, and then Sarah, my fiance, came in and was like, "What did you do to our family room?" It's like, I'll fix it. I'll put it back. Don't worry. Good job, guys. Shake it all out. So again, I know we're like training online. Most of you have been very, very consistent, like through the classes, right? Through your training and things like that. I've been doing this a long time, like 12 years almost now. As you can imagine, as a competitor, as a coach, I've had many, many, many injuries. But one of the biggest things that helped me keep going, and this kind of is like a time where we're all kind of quote unquote, right, in an injury phase, right? Because we can't go into the facility. So one of the biggest things that helped me like stay up on the things that I wanted to stay up on, keep up on my timing, right, the curriculum, everything else was shadow boxing, right? And even if it's 5 to 10 minutes here and there, you're just cruising through. My roommates used to get mad at me because I'd be in the kitchen like making dinner for myself, right, and like shadow boxing, right, or they'd be watching sports or something like that on TV. I'd be standing behind the couch shadow boxing. So shadow boxing is one of the best things because it's really a good time. Sometimes when you're hitting pads, you're going so fast, you're focused so much on just hitting the pads correctly, where when you get a shadow box, you really get to like feel the motions, feel the movements, and really like dial those in. So one of the biggest things that helped me get better at technique was literally just that, shadow boxing. Just standing there and just throw my jab and make sure like everything feels crisp and clean. Like am I rotating? If I'm just throwing it, right? Am I flaring my elbow? And just kind of feel it out. So this is a really good time for all of us now to be able to kind of work through those body mechanics, work through the techniques, the punches, the rolls, all that good stuff, and to really practice and hone in on that stuff. So then as we pick up the intensity, we pick up the speed, right? We start hitting pads, we start getting to sparring again here in a few weeks. It's like you never left, and ideally you should feel even better. You should feel, because let me see a kind of like a raise of hands. How many of you actually shadow box on a daily basis? Mr. Glenn. Okay. All right. That's the answer that I like though, right? Everybody. Like, no, right? We just do it when I tell you to before class, right? So how much time is that? 5 to 10 minutes a week, right? Dependent. So the more you can do that, the better it's going to make it feel, and the more fluid you're going to feel in everything, okay? Other than that, thank you so much, everybody. We'll keep the same kind of concept, hitting with our head movement, going for Wednesday. So I'll see everybody back here, same place. We'll bow it out, feet together. Swipe up. Swipe up. Awesome job, everybody. Good job. Okay, enjoy the rest of your day. I'll see you guys all on Wednesday. You as well. Thanks, guys.